All right, so today I'm going to tell you about my top 5 book series. I'm going to start with the series number 1. I've gone back and forth about this. There's really 2 that are kind of in the running. Number 1, overall book series. It's by Brandon Sanderson, and it's not the Stormlight Archives. It's Mistborn Era 1. I think it has one of the best magic systems that there is, or at least the fantasy books that I've read. And I really only started reading fantasy books last year, probably around February or March or something like that. But I love Mistborn because they use allomancy, which is very different from most, where like iron, if you swallow a little bit of iron, you can pull different metal objects towards you. There's other ones that you can swallow, push it away. The way that he can run across coins when he's going, it sounds super nerdy. Fantasy books are difficult to explain in a time period of 30 seconds, but just trust me. From the moment that you pick up Mistborn, the moment that you read like the first 2 or 3 pages, you are absolutely going to be hooked. It's fantastic from top to bottom. The ending shocked me. It has some great lines, some super memorable moments. Mistborn, it's the Sanderlanche at its best, really, in the final book especially. Amazing. And there's like 9 other ones that go along, or 7 other ones, something like that. I think it's a 10-book series at this point, but it's broken up into eras. I've only read the first one, but I can't wait to dive into the other ones. Taking a little Sanderson break because I read Mistborn, Edge Dancer, Dawn Shard, and then all 6 of the Stormlights back to 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 back. So that was a lot. Mistborn, number 1. Number 2, ACOTAR. I did not think that I would be as into ACOTAR as I was. I read that it had fairies and fae and all this other kind of stuff that I super wasn't into. There's a lot of war, there's a lot of violence, and my friends, if you like people doing what the French call sex, ACOTAR is for you, because they be doing all kinds of stuff in there. From the back, she's moaning, she's doing all kinds of stuff. ACOTAR is where it's at. People say it's a lady book. Absolutely not, unless I'm a lady. I really liked ACOTAR. I thought it was incredible. Number 3, Stormlight Archives. I think it's probably, me and my buddies, we joke about it all the time, about different types of spren popping up around you. But when you get into it, there's a prologue, and each one of the prologues are essentially the same story, told from different perspectives. And there's a line, if you're in book talk, you've probably heard it. It goes, Seth, son Valano, truthless of Shinovar, wore white on the day he was the Killer King. It's the first line of the book, and from then on, you will be absolutely hooked. Number 4 is going to be R.F. Kuang's, C-U-A-N-G. I don't know how to spell a lot of stuff. Or say a lot of stuff. You're going to find that out. And while I'm reviewing books, I don't say everything correctly. I never will. I can't do it, so I'm going to mispronounce the mother F out of stuff. But Poppy Wars is a great book. It takes place in China, where you have a girl that is named Ven that is poor, and she works her way up where she gets to go to this school. Think like Harry Potter meets Mulan, I guess, kind of vibes. But it's amazing. I don't remember a lot of the super details about it because it's been a long time and I've read so many other fantasy books since then. But I remember being locked in on Poppy Wars. I think I read the first 3 books, and they're all like 650 pages or so. I read all 3 books in like 8 or 9 days. I was totally locked in on that. Highly recommend Poppy Wars. Last up is TJ Klune's House by the Cerulean Sea. A lot of people wouldn't necessarily count that as a series because there's only 2, but I have on good authority, because I talked to TJ Klune at this Barnes & Noble event that I went to, and he was talking about how there's a 3rd book coming out in the series. Can't wait for it. The audiobook is one of the best audiobooks that I have ever heard. The guy that does it, he creates these voices for the characters. I don't know how someone can be that talented. A couple characters that really stick out, like Lucy. He is the child version of Lucifer, which is where Lucy comes from. There's a guy named Chauncey in it. He's just essentially a green blob, and all he aspires to do in life, and he reads books about it. He talks about it all the time. He even got the little hat. He wants to be a bellhop. I absolutely love Chauncey. He's one of my favorite characters of any book that I've ever read. Cannot recommend that. And really anything TJ Klune writes, I think he's a great author that speaks to different communities that don't get represented well in a lot of fiction. Go check out any of his books, but if you do along the audiobooks. Like the audiobook, the read along, I didn't really explain it super well the first video I did, but immersive reading is not like you go back and forth. It's you're doing it at the exact same time. So it's kind of like you're back in third grade where you're listening and reading along at the same time, and the narrator is reading it to you. Like I'm an ADHD guy and occasionally my attention span will wander. When I'm reading the audiobook, it kind of brings me back in and I remember so much more than if I just did it one of the two traditional ways. I love doing that. I know a lot of people don't, they might not like that, but I feel like it shuts off everything when I throw in my ear pods and I'm just locked in on the book. That's how I like to do it. Highly recommend, give it a try. Libby also. Since you stuck around to the end of this video, I really like going to Libby and creating a little bit of library fraud, going to big libraries, all the libraries all across the country, like Santa Fe. Find the like a shelter or like a Motel 6 or something like that. You could put that in as your address. You get an online digital access card to join their library too, so then you could look at all kinds of different libraries across the country and see which one has the book available for you. That's what I do. I find either the book version or the audiobook version, and then I purchase or I use a credit on Audible to get the other side. So that's the way I do it. Those are my top 5 books: Mistborn, ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses, for those that are keeping score at home, Stormlight Archive, Poppy Wars, House by the Cerulean Sea.